I want to ask about funding for AP courses and dual enrollment. I've heard some concerns from educators and school board members in Central Florida. To be fair, they were specifically concerned about provisions in the House budget, but I'm curious, how does funding for AP and dual enrollment courses in this budget compare to previous years? Are we reducing funding for those courses, and how would this potentially affect the ability of school districts to offer AP and or dual enrollment courses the way that you have it structured in your budget, sir?
Senator Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for the question, Senator Smith. We're better aligning additional program costs for advanced courses with funding provided through the bonus FTE. Each high school course in Florida is funded by the FEFP at one-sixth of an FDFT, which equals about $852 per course. We're taking that down to 1/12, about half of the FTE. This provides an additional amount of $426 per full-time equivalent for the course. According to cost reports from DOE, this is sufficient to cover the testing, the teacher bonuses, and the additional funds that are required to provide these courses. So it is different from the House budget in the sense that we're keeping that, what we're reducing it by, we're keeping in the FEFP. We're actually, I think it's better, we're allowing districts to take that money and utilize it for something other than, say, just within these add-on weights. They could apply that money to something where they feel like maybe they have a shortage and they need to offset it with this. So they can do the same thing with that money. We're just giving them additional flexibility to be able to take it and utilize it how they see fit at the local level.
Understood. Thank you, Senator Burgess.
So, Chair Burgess, I understand that you're saying the money's still there. It's just in a kind of in a different pot, or it's available for flexibility. But yet, my school district, Broward County, said it could lose about $33.5 million. So why is there this disconnect between what the schools think that they can get, and they're very concerned about this program?
Mr. Chair.
Senator Burgess.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senator Polsky, I think it's just a disconnect between where the House position is and the Senate position. My understanding is the House position is different, and perhaps that's where the focus is primarily on right now. But the Senate position does just as I explained. It affords more flexibility.
So you're saying, sorry.
You're recognized.
Thank you. So you're saying that the Senate position, if it holds, will not reduce the amount of money that a school has to use for paying for AP teachers and having this rich AP program in their schools.
Senator Burgess.
Mr. Chair, that is accurate. We're allowing more flexibility with those dollars. The money for the programs, we fund it at a greater level than what it actually costs. And so we're just taking that additional money and allowing them a greater flexibility with that.
Okay, thank you.
Additional questions?
Mr. Chair.
Senator Smith, you're recognized.
Thank you. And just an opportunity to further clarify through a question. I was reading a similar report, Senator Burgess, that Senator Polsky was reading, which was that Orange County Public Schools, for example, would lose $17 million in funding for AP courses and dual enrollment courses under the spending formula that was put forward by the Florida House. However, I do not want to conflate their funding formula with ours here in the Florida Senate. And if I am understanding you correctly, sir, OCPS, for example, would not lose $17 million in funding for AP courses and dual enrollment courses. They would simply see that funding shifted over into another category where they have flexibility to spend it on AP courses and dual enrollment courses if they wish in the Senate budget, but not in the House budget. Is that correct, sir?
Senator Burgess.
Mr. Chair, spot on, Senator Smith. That's exactly right.
Thank you for the clarification.
Additional questions?